Aries, welcome back. We're here to do your psychic channeled messages for the month of November 2022. Stay tuned. Hopefully we will have a mid-month edition. They will be new and more permanent that we will have within the page. Now, yes, we have a new tarot deck. This is the tarot deck I will be pulling from. I have pulled a crystal card, a chakra card, as well as a romance card for you. Now, this will cover your love, your general energy, both psychically, intuitively, as well as with the tarot, as well as love, general, wealth, and the hidden. Okay, and you do have a very juicy reading. I do particularly feel that you guys this month, moving through the gate, post eclipse, moving into the next eclipse, you could feel like you're a little bit on shaky ground. And I was really happy to see the crystal that came out for you. And if it didn't, I was going to recommend it to you, which is citron. Especially because you are quite Mars in energy, I do feel this is really going to benefit you, especially for recharging, detoxing, having courage. It's sacral chakra. Mars directly is retrograde. Yes, I do operate both within the energy of psychic, astrology, your chakras to try and help you get the best out of it. So I do use a lot of mediumships to actually support you through your month-by-month energy. Okay, what I do see coming through here, we do have the third eye chakra, and at the moment it can feel for you moving into the month of November a little bit like you're a deer in the woods, and that was one thing I was hearing. The other song I heard randomly was Beauty and the Beast, and there could be this romanticism, this trying to tame this side of yourself, feeling maybe that you're second guessing yourself in a decision that you're having to make. And I'm feeling that you're needing to turn in and build your friendship group. And it can be that while you're trying to meditate upon this situation, that you're turning into the ones that you love. You could be having a lot of emotions relating to loved ones that passed over, and this could be extremely psychic for you. But you do have, in a love sense, it's almost like, love is all around you, and it's almost like I do feel a friend's going to help you. It could be also that a friend gives you some really great advice, or it could be turning towards somebody that directly understands you. That can be a mentor, a spiritual guru, whoever that may be for you. So I'll read what the card says. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationships and your love life will dramatically improve. And I feel it's almost that in a relationship that you're having with yourself, even if you're feeling, are the gods crazy? Is this just a 5D thing? Am I being delusional? There's a little bit of shell shock moving into the month of November. Almost like this purgatory experience that we've gone through, really moving into this new beginning. And I do feel you feel like a deer in the woods at the moment. You're not quite sure which way to go. You potentially could feel a little bit foggy, but then you may find by the evening you're having a lot of issues unwinding, getting to bed and being able to settle. And I feel it's because that pressure point is actually directly showing you what needs to transform, what needs to let go. But I feel you're almost reluctant, a little bit like the Fool card in Tarot, because you're observing it more from the standpoint of, oh my gosh, is there going to be a tower moment? You directly can make a choice, but it does feel in this instant you're in a power position, but you don't necessarily see it in that place. Now, in your overall energy, point blank zero, moving into the month of November, this is the back of the card. They're very pretty cards. Beautiful kind of, the card deck almost reminds me of sacral chakra, very empowered, especially after the eclipse. I feel we really need it. So you're coming through with the Three of Cups. So the Three of Cups is discussing, again, turning into your friendship groups. I feel, yet again, it's almost like there's this tribe, there's this feeling, there's this togetherness that you feel. I am feeling there is this sense that, in the shadow, you're trying to work out how to understand something at a deeper level. There also could be some things for you in your general life that does come down to really wanting to build up your network. So it could be your standpoint in a career. It might be your friendship group. Some of you could be outrunning your friendship groups, and so you could be moving into that lack mentality. But I do feel it's more you have your niche circle of friends, and you can be reconnecting with them. I also feel that friendship group is directly extending, and you're looking at the bigger picture in your life. You're thinking about the new version of yourself that you're going to be. I did get feather totem this month, moving into away from the eclipse and really into the month of November. And I really feel it's very, especially from the color of the feather, which I will be making totem videos soon. Spiritually, what I've been shown is A, we're protected. B, we are having a rebirth. Rebirth is painful. The other thing through the orange coming through and the black, it was like death and rebirth. And so there's this shedding of the old in our life, and we can have attachment to it. It can feel a little bit like a soul walk-in. I do feel it's through the Trinity energy, the three, it's filling your cups, but it's all facets of your life. It's the masculine, feminine, and the Gaia source energy. I feel it's really key to actually adhere to those things. And I feel it's almost like even your friendship groups and the people around you and your likes and dislikes. It doesn't have to be one set format. So if you find that you have, how could I break it down for you? If you find you have varied kind of viewpoints on certain matters right now, it's okay to actually have them and allow them to evolve as you move through this frequency. But I also feel that the people that you're going to meet are going to be quite synchronistic, and they're going to give you varied opinions, but it's ultimately going to come back down to you. But you will actually learn something from it, and it's going to give you the clarity to be able to make those decisions. I do feel a friendship group is actually going to help you with an element of career and love. I also feel somebody could give you some gossip, something that you had been waiting on hearing. And I feel in the area of love for you, you're coming through as the Ace of Cups. I feel you ultimately know there's potential. It's not that you don't feel there's no potential. There's this new beginning. There's this new chapter in your life that you're looking at. But I feel in some ways, even though you see the potential, there's a frightened energy. There's that dare in the woods frequency of there's infinite ways this can go. If I pick the wrong puzzle, if I pick the wrong storyline, where will it lead me? So there's some sense of anxiety really towards your romantic life. And, you know, especially with the emotions of the past. And I think this in the initial stages in the first 2 weeks, potentially there could be this niggling that is playing out, where you are thinking to yourself, gee, you know, I have been through an awful lot. How do I feel? Do I have the courage to throw caution to the wind and jump in the deep end? This can be opportunities opening up for you. This can be blasts from the past coming back. This can be doing shadow work and fearing that there is. But the one way you can actually look at the Two of Cups is there's infinite ways of it going right, there's infinite ways of it going wrong. So which feels better? What path feels best within your control that you can choose? Because I do feel some of this could potentially be affecting other areas of your life, and it's putting those things on hold. And the key to alignment is really choosing where is taking you to your bliss. I do feel there's a lot of reflection. And again, it's almost like there's an avoidance. There's, you know, preoccupying yourself, things going on. Some of you might move away from people, want a bit of peace and quiet. I'm also seeing the poker face energy. And again, it's like there could be headaches. You don't quite know how to see things. Some of you are not trusting your instincts and your intuition, and you may need to clear the third eye. Citrine also is going to give you the courage to directly make these choices, and potentially even speaking to some people that you really, really trust. I do feel some of you are going to move towards an advisor. This advisor could be different areas of your life. It could also be very professional. I do feel there's a brand new chapter here, and there's almost this overwhelm of some of you, it could just be, oh my gosh, I need to move forward. And as you do that, I do feel there's an energy coming towards you, and it's because you're psychologically releasing, then the manifestation can come through. So it's really asking you to let go, to be open to these new chapters, because I do physically see new chapters for you. Where it does come to your purpose and your career, I'm actually seeing you really feeling as though, it could be that you are dealing with an individual that is a little bit toxic and maybe a bit shady. I also feel at a very separate level. See, I see the yin to the yang. I can see the black and I can see the white on the card with the two individuals. Excuse my finger. There. I'm seeing that, you're trying to climb the ladder, you're trying to climb to where you want to be, but at the same time, it's almost like you could be putting something on hold. Even though you deep down do know what you want to do, I'm still seeing the pause button with that. Potentially, it could be because we just moved, through the eclipse and we're moving towards the next one by about the 8th. But I do genuinely feel a few of us could have a few tower moments, but I don't feel necessarily they are taking you to something negative. I do feel that they are taking us to a new destination and a huge new possibility. I feel it really comes down to you, how you're going to take it. I'm hearing the term the glass half full, the glass half empty. So it really depends on your attitude going into it. I do feel you're going to be doing shadow work, Dales, and I do feel there could be almost this risk assessment. It's like, okay, it's not right to do right now. Am I being honest with myself? I hate my job. I love my job. Where do I stand with this? Some of you could feel really deeply disillusioned. You could be doing something that like the back of your hand, but it's really not feeding your soul. I'm also hearing shift the focus back onto self just for a minute, because there could be a lot of white noise going on around you. And I'm seeing, even though we do have the 3 of Cups here in your general energy, although this is a positive frequency, it could be that you are filling your time with a lot of other people's things and your things could go by the wayside and you really run the risk of that. So just try and keep that balance there. Mars retrograde in Gemini can take us kind of off guard. And I feel it's key to actually keep your eye on your goals for you to have that forward momentum. That's not to say we can't help, but do definitely create that healthy boundary and be productive with your choices. Okay, I also feel somebody's going to contact you. This can be in relation to love as well. I'm hearing gossip through the grapevine, and I'm feeling you have to be careful what you hear through hearsay. So make sure to dot the I's and cross the T's and really dig deeper, especially if you feel that somebody isn't telling you the truth. The one thing you will find this month is you're going to be deeply intuitive. So if somebody's telling you a white lie, straight off the bat, you're going to know. I'm also hearing be careful who you trust. And that can be if you know that this person has had like stripes for ages and they haven't changed and you're seeing the same frequency, step back and let them learn. Financially, I do feel, and again, I can't advise you financially. We're going to go to the wealth and abundance frequency. I do see, again, there's multiple ways something can go. And I do feel this can be with the way you are going to deal with your value systems moving forward. This can be with what you spend money on. This can be with what you're choosing to do in a transition with career. Be it's something to do with home and family and relocating for some of you. I just feel you're going to be really sitting with that and being cautious. There can be a big expense that does come out, but some of you, it could be that you're actually changing your income status, and I do see this to actually be a positive thing. But yet again, I do feel if there's some of you, especially if you are how could I explain it? You are getting a new position or you're going up a tier level at work financially. What I am seeing is there's a new stream of income coming in, and it can be coming from a partnership. It could be coming from somebody helping you. It could be coming through family and legacies and inheritances, but it just feels it's an added bonus. But you also might need a little bit of time to decide what you're going to do with it. Some of you are assessing, it's like I'm hearing risk management. But again, joining and merging with other people, trusting the process, doing the things that you feel are your bliss. Yet again, I do feel you're going to be at a crossroad, and you could be a little bit like the deer in the woods. In astrology, you could deem it as quincunx, no choice but to choose the left or right. Either one has yin and yang. You get what I'm saying? So, if you were to literally have that understanding, which one takes you to your bliss, which one makes you feel, more in the alignment, regardless of fear, because really sometimes in life, daring to dream and making these things come true, I would say try to make that judgment after the eclipse. Things are going to make more sense for you. But I do feel ultimately this can be you feeling a little bit confused like a deer in the woods. But I do feel if you do gauge it and understand, sometimes we are our own worst enemy. by not daring to dream, by not seeing something through. You can have those backup plans, but there's change regardless, okay? But I do see it ultimately being a positive thing. I don't see it being a negative thing. For some of you, this can be binding incomes. This can be stabilizing. This can be a relationship going to the next level, an offer of love, and they are bringing money to the table. It also could be a brand new position or going up a tier level, but I do see you making some tweaks, especially with your emotions. Now, emotionally, especially through your chakra systems, I do feel the psychology for you this month can be a little bit testing. I feel that you can choose your success rate. So if you can understand when you're having a time where you need to mentally think, take some time. If you feel you're feeling anxious, do some journaling. I also feel it's only you who can actually take yourself back, be coming up, but they're there to be healed, so they no longer define you, so you can become that invincible warrior. I ultimately feel don't give your power away, especially if it's coming to mental bondage, not expressing your truth, having the courage to deal with these things. You will know if you're feeling run down, right? So if you're feeling run down, you're feeling really sluggish, eat some orange food groups, use citrine, balance your sacral chakra, especially because you are Mars in nature and we did just move through that eclipse. A lot of you can feel that you're heading for that cookie jar. You can feel as though you aren't as motivated. And I do ultimately feel there is a healing through the heart chakra here. And there's a feeling of I'm stuck. Should I, shouldn't I? Is it going to be okay? Do I express my truth? Can I open up? Is it safe to be loved? And I ultimately feel it really is. I feel it's only you who can set yourself free to actually untangle those webs from a spiritual, psychological point of view. But I do feel when you're paused and post with these opportunities, jump on it. Take care. As I mentioned, this is the new deck. We do have a Mars retrograde update, so go through and check that. The reason I mention it is because it won't be going direct until 2023. I believe it's around the 12th of January, but it won't be out of shadow till a further date. So this will impact the star signs. I do break it down for you. It will be open shortly, so stay tuned. Take care, and I'll see you on the other side.